Hey there everybody, and welcome to the further adventures of utilising offcuts to make cool things. And I am now making a park bench, maybe even a bus stop if you want to use that, although I think you need to make some signage and stuff to make them into bus stops. So it's just, it's pretty simple really, but again it's using, actually I'm lying, it's not entirely offcuts. This roof and this back, that's cut from the last piece of the habitation block material I used, because I ended up using 7.5 sheets, and I still have a good chunk of the 8th sheet left, even though I've made the roof and the back of this out for this. But everything else is offcuts. So these bits which are being used as sort of the internal dividers are I can't remember where they're cut from. I think they're from windows again. End bits also from windows. It's from the top roof window. So yeah, it's just utilising all the bits and pieces. Pretty simple concept, and I will just quickly show you how to make these. So here's all the pieces that I used to make this. These bits are, they're like little random small off-cutty bits, which you probably normally would just throw away. Don't keep them, use them. These will make the park benches and the cushions for the park, or the backs for the park benches. Once I've cut them down to size, I'll do some beveling on them, just along the top two edges and the lead bottom edge. It's just to make it look a little bit more like a cushion. And then also, although I didn't on the other one because I didn't think of it until too late, I'll also bevel the edges on the lead edge of the seat. So yeah, these two bits I had to cut. Make sure they're the same length, that's the only thing that's really important. One thing is kind of funny when I was cutting these is, I've got a long one and a short one, so the other one of these is marginally longer because I'm stupid. And I can't half a number because, yeah, I'm stupid. These are the offcuts from the window. This will form in either end, and these are the bits which will act as the buttresses on the inside. So I'm just going to assemble the main bit, and I will show you what it looks like once it's basically assembled. Just a quick note when you're assembling these, start at one end and work your way across. This will just make your life as easy as possible, because each step of the way you want to be essentially putting something into the corner in order to make sure that there's a 90-degree angle, because you want to keep everything square from the start. One of the other reasons for putting the benches in actually is to provide structure, because like this, even with the roof on and stuck, it's a bit wibbly wobbly, whereas just with having that additional bit of reinforcement along in between each of the pieces that make it up, that just makes it a little bit easier. The other thing to note is that I've just put dots to mark the top and bottom placement. Possibly better to use a line, but I've been doing so much of this kind of stuff at the moment I haven't really been finding it necessary. So just so you can see, it's like the main thing is you're trying to put them in as flush as possible straight away. And then just to check, take your 90-degree angle, just rest it flush and then move it and hold it, and then you can remove it, and then you know that it's pretty much 90 degrees. So yeah, I just wanted to show that because that's one of the things you can go wrong on. Also, because of the way I'm building these anyway, this side wall goes into the back piece, and it's because the roof is the same length as the back piece. And so if you stick this wall to the outside edge of this, you'll end up with the roof sitting like this, and it will look stupid. Okay, so just crack on and get the rest of these bits assembled, and I'll show you the next step. So here's the basic structure then, all made up. So then the next bit's going to be fishing on the cushions. The way I'm going to fit them, or fit in the benches, cushions. You don't have cushions in outdoor benches, I'm being daft. I'll just get the pieces, and I will put them against the gaps that they're meant to fit in, and I will cut them in accordance with those gaps. You can measure the gaps if you like, but I do this because I actually find it's marginally more accurate. Also, you want these to be like as snug a fit as you possibly can, because that will just facilitate the strongest structure, and you don't end up wiggling stuff around or forcing anything to fit. So I'm going to get all these fitted, and also remember to bevel the top edges, both sides of the top edge for the back cushion and the bottom edge, and also try to bevel the leading edges of the seat as well, because then it just gives it that sort of I don't know, user-friendly look. So get that done, and I will show you the finished job and get on to painting. It's just a quick note on gluing these benches in place. If you want to get them nice and level, one, I should have drawn a line of elevation, and I've got the bottom edge being 4mm up, which gives you total elevation of 7mm, which on a 28mm miniature. If you think a chair, if you stand up, it's probably only what, maybe knee height on you. So that's actually about right, although it might seem a little bit low when you're doing it. And then you just want to put in glue along the top edge where you want the bottom of your already fitted bench to go. And then, sorry, my arm's in the way. I'm finding it, I need to just trim a little tiny bit. Sorry. I tested it a minute ago and it fit fine. But I beveled it and then I've reorientated it, so you will often find this happens where it fits in fine one way, not fine another. And what you want to do is get it in there. So you've just stuck the bottom edge in to begin with. Check that everything is flush and level and that it links up in a straight line with the other one, and this is how you get them level. And then spot the glue in on the underside of the bench. And then just blow it into the gaps, and this will give you your solid side to side contact without ending up with glue build-up on top of the seats. So this is just a way of keeping your gluing neat. Just wanted to let you see that one. Okay, so this is more just to show you these. In fact, how about I stick this right in your face and get it into focus. Okay, so you can just see the beveling. I've beveled both sides at the top and one edge at the bottom. So the cushion will face you with the bottom edge bevel facing out, and then it gives that top edge bevel, just gives that slight removal from the back edge of the wall that it's resting up against. It just helps to make it look a little bit more like a seat, that's all. Once I've got all of this done, I will go out, paint them, and I will show you with them with a lick of paint on them. So here you have it, fully painted, just spray paint on the outside, and it's winter where I am right now. It's pretty bloody cold outside, and it's been snowing, and there was ice down on the table where I was spraying. I couldn't actually get it off, it was welded on. But the beauty of spray paint of the Beltone variety, or the Montana / Montana Gold / Krylon kind of varieties, are they work down to about -20. Some of these paints are actually formulated specifically so that you can paint in places like Norway in the middle of winter. So they're pretty good, and it's convenient because it allows you to keep on painting no matter what the weather, really. So I've gave them the I call it like municipal school puke bogey green, because it's one of those colours that you often find in schools where I am, because they say it has a calming effect, but it's actually like one of the most butt ugly colours ever. I think also it takes dirt really well, and so a lot of municipal buildings, at least in the UK, are painted in those colours, or a slightly darker version of it as well. And I did the inside a kind of this is actually Plague Flesh from the Vallejo range. Because that also reminds me of the kind of municipal colours you get where it's those off-white, this is outdoors, it's going to get mucky, meh. And then just as a shout out for a bit of warmth and comfort, the seats are pink. You know, somewhere nice and warm to sit. So I hope it's been some use to you, find of interest. And also, I hope that you're finding it interesting that, like, if you think, I think it cost me a total of £50 to make those 4 buildings. But then I've been making all kinds of additional things out of the leftover bits. So actually, you're getting a lot more for your money than just a few buildings. So enjoy your modelling, take care and have a good one. Bye bye.